those of you who have already heard me say this, but we are going to take audience questions. So please be sure to utilize the Q&A section at the bottom of your screen. Type in questions as they come up, and we will address those at the conclusion. So what I would like to now do is turn this over to Harvey Briggs, our Chief Communications Officer. And Harvey, take it away.
Great. Thanks, Callie. And thanks everyone for joining. I really appreciate you being on this panel. We've got a really interesting discussion today all around electric vehicles and electric vehicle charging and the changes that are going on in the world right now. Many of you may know that in my other life, when I'm not communications director for Force, I am editor and publisher of the website Rides and Drives. So I drive about 200 vehicles a year, all different types, including electric vehicles. I just got back from the Detroit Auto Show where I saw Chevrolet introduce 4 new electric vehicles, and just seeing the amount of infrastructure that's being built in this category is amazing at the pace at which it's developing. And this panel really focuses on Germany specifically, where the growth of EVs is significant. It's estimated there'll be 8 million electric vehicles on the road in Germany just by 2030. The load that's going to create a substantial load growth of as much as 6%. And so much is going on right now that's driving this, both climate change and geopolitical issues, putting strains on the energy grid. And we've seen the impacts of that even here in the United States. In California recently, the government asked people who owned electric vehicles not to charge their cars during peak times because of the added strain on the grid during that heat wave. So it really highlights the need for expanded energy production, but also off-grid charging solutions. And that's one of the things we're here to talk about. And we've put together this panel to talk about what it is and how to do it and the benefit that it can have. So let's start. Let me introduce a few of the folks here for you. We have Irma Velazquez, who is CEO of EAWD. And she's here with Ralph Hoffmeyer, who is the Chief Technical Officer at EAWD, and they are a leader in the production of carbon-free water and energy solutions, including off-grid EV charging. Joining us also will be Frank Peschman from DAF Trucks. He's the fleet sales manager and director of e-mobility equipment. And they're a Dutch company that's been producing vehicles since 1928. And recently their electric truck towing a 26-ton load became the first fully electric truck to cross Austria's highest mountain pass, kind of proving the capability there. I also have Sebastian Knoke. He's VP of products at Compleo. They were founded in 2009, and the company has been a pioneer of both hardware and software technology for electric vehicle charging. They have over 100 patent families, and they're a market leader in the EU with projected sales to eclipse 500 million euros by 2025. Also here is Lucas Moll, who is an advisor of funding programs for EasySub. They're an expert consultant who helps companies navigate that complex world of federal, state, and local subsidies in Germany. And as you can imagine, there are quite a few subsidies available for EV charging. So given this great panel we have here, let's start out and just kind of chat a little bit about, or actually, why don't you each take a moment and give us a little headline on your company above and beyond what we talked about. Irma, let's start with you.
Thank you. Ladies first, isn't it? Thank you very much, all of you, my colleagues, partners, panelists today. Thank you for being with us. Thank you to the audience. Energy and Water Development Corporation, it's a company, as you may know, that is being focused on the sustainable configuration of solutions for the energy and water supply. Our company, who is established as well in Germany, is been working very actively in identifying the best solutions to really help the grid. And for that, we work in the charging stations, which is a subject today. And I'm very pleased to share with you the initiative of our company, which is the establishment of a serial of charging stations. We have started quickly with a small one here in Hamburg and working with all our panelists today to come up with the best configuration for the sustainable solution all over Germany, if it funds permit. So we continue to patent this solution that we are working with our colleagues today. And our innovation, it's an endless innovation. You may know that this is what it is about, is to continue working on the identification of the state-of-the-art technologies and solutions, because they are there. But we need to put it together and make it work in a sustainable manner, which is our mission.
Great. Thank you, Irma. Lucas, tell us a little bit about EasySub, please.
Yeah, thank you for the introduction, and I gladly will do so. EasySub was founded in 2016 with a main focus of subsidizing companies in Germany or who work in Germany, trying to ease that investment costs which every new technology has. And in this case today, it's one specific investment cost, and that is the electric vehicles and electric charging grid, which we work together with EAWD to ease that burden. Furthermore, EasySub subsidizes, or we help to subsidize nearly in every branch which exists in Germany. So there are around 4,800 programs in Germany, and we try to fit them all in our portfolio.
Great, thank you so much. Sebastian, tell us more about Compleo.
I do. Thanks for the invite, first of all. Happy to be part of the panel today. Yeah, Compleo actually is a daughter company, or was a daughter company of EBG, and the history of that branch is switching cabinets. So the way to an AC charging station seemed not that long when it started back in 2009. Since then, Compleo was as well very active in all the standardization, normalization activities in Germany in particular, but as well in Europe. Then started, of course, with embedded software like intelligent load management. Harvey, you mentioned the need, which is quite obvious the more stations you have in the market, with communication protocols and all sort of things. Later on, launched the first AC and the first DC charging stations compliant with the German calibration law. And then, yeah, finally, last 2 years, we bought Wall B about 1.5 years ago. That brought a lot of payment expertise to Compleo. And then starting this year, we took on board the Energy E-Mobility Solutions, which brought a second backend system for as well enabling operators to control and run their charging station. So in the meantime, quite a comprehensive portfolio from the backend to the hardware, the payment, installation and services, which is quite unique in the marketplace and gives really an end-to-end. And that's where Compleo is today. So 650 persons working for Compleo today, located in Dortmund, in Germany, but activities throughout whole Europe.
Great, thank you so much. Ralph, I'd like to start with you and ask a little bit about the technology behind EAWD's solution, and just give us an overview of how your off-grid charging system works and how you're working with these other companies to deliver that.
Happy to do. Thank you very much. Thank you all for have your time and join us in the panel today and in another webinar. And we appreciate that. And happy to explain a little bit more about this important technology. As we know, the most important thing to let this technology work is the sun. Thankfully, every day, and half of this planet somewhere, the sun goes up, and when it goes down, it lights up the other half of this planet. And if we would, I learned actually, if we would run the entire world on sun energy alone, we would only take 1/1000th of this 1/2, what has daylight. So it means we have a pretty powerful fusion generator up there. And this is what we use. We use some special photovoltaic solar glass, which gives us the ability to have a very powerful transformation of the sun rays in electric power. And this, of course, we have a management system in our systems, which will store this in batteries and give it to our grid, island grid, like we call it, to our grid on the need and demand. For example, we can run 24/7, 365 days, our water system at any size, whatever you want, 3,000 gallons or 3 million gallons, it doesn't matter. And because the module system, what we patent, gives us the ability to make any size and for any demand as needed. And in this case, we have a much easier power demand with charging stations, what is in the dual possibility of the system. It means it can run an operation, it has the electric power, and it also can charge your EVs or your electric trucks at the same time. And this is what we do. In this kind of crisis, what we have worldwide, or let's say in this way, the climate change showed us the weakness of the fossil power source, because nuclear plants like in France, Germany, had to shut down or curb down dramatically because of the lack of water. And the same with coal-fired plants, because they're both steam machines. And on the other hand, the wind system, the solar always works. And this we take for our advantage and bridge the gap what we have right now. Like Harvey said, Germany expect 8 million electric cars in the next few years in the streets, and they all charge, not at the same time, like many critics always like to say, what happened when they charge all at the same time. This will not happen. However, they need power, and this power is just not available in the grid, or in the grid where you need it. And therefore EAWD has his own grid system, what it uses it as we speak in building up charging stations alongside the German Autobahn, to have the ability to charge cars, vans, and trucks anytime, day and night, 365. Okay. And this is what we do, and we use the sun.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that.